I'm Anil Kumar and we are discussing transformed logarithmic functions. The question here is, write similarities and differences between the graph of y equals to minus log to the base 2x and y equals to log of minus x with the base 2. I'd like you to pause the video, sketch both the functions and then compare. Okay, so let's begin with general. Uh, the base function log to the base 2x. So the function is like this, correct? So I'm sketching, this is the graph for log to the base 2 of x, correct? I'm not getting into details of this, how we get it, but we'll just consider a few critical points here, the key points. So that has to be 1, and since the base is 2, that means that if x is 2, then we get 1, right? So at x equals to 2, the value of the function should be 1. And if x is half, right, in that case, it is to be minus 1, correct? So this is minus 1. So these are the critical points which we can consider when discussing. And of course, the vertical asymptote, which is along the y-axis, right? This is a function log 2 of x. Now what we need to compare is two different functions which are minus log 2 of x and log 2 of minus x. Now how are these functions similar or different? Now that means, this minus means a reflection on what? This is reflection on x-axis, correct? So if I reflect this graph on x-axis, I get minus log 2x. That means my function is going to be kind of like this. So this function here is minus log of 2x. Do you get the point? The other function, on the other hand, is a reflection on y-axis, correct? Now this function here is reflection on y-axis. So this is horizontal in nature. So if you reflect this on y-axis, then all these points will come on this side. Do you see that all these points will come on this side? So what we really get here is a function, a log function, which will be kind of like this, okay? Do you get the idea? So that is the function which is log of 2 minus x, right? Now you can compare both the functions very easily. Well, there are huge differences between them, but what are the similarities? Can you tell me that? What are the similarities between these two functions? Amongst the similarities, we can always mention two. For example, we can mention many, but similarities, two are very, very apparent. One is the vertical asymptote, right? So they have common vertical asymptote, which is x equals to 0. So that is one similarity. And can you tell me the other similarity? The other similarity is the range. So range of both the functions is y belongs to real numbers, right? So these are two good similarities between these two graphs. As far as differences are concerned, you can write many, right? This function log 2 of minus x is decreasing in its domain, while the function minus log 2x is increasing in its domain, right? Then of course you can write x-intercepts are different and behavior is different, correct? When x approaches infinity, well, you can say log 2x is in quadrant 1 and 4, whereas log of 2 with minus x is in quadrant 3 and 2 and 3, right? So likewise, you can write a lot of other differences, but as far as similarities go, these are two very good similarities to take care of. One is that the vertical asymptote is x equals to 0, the y-axis, and the other one is that the range is all real numbers, correct? I hope that helps. Now, as a question, Can you write these in exponential form? Do that as an exercise. So write these functions in exponential forms, and then the question could be write similarities and differences of their inverse, which will be the same answer, correct? Because that's another way this question could be asked in a test. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.